to play cleaner baseball if you want to beat a team like the Philadelphia Phillies. It's been a bit of a bumpy start to Roki Sasaki's big league career, and today it's not going to get any easier in the always hostile environment of Philadelphia. Kirsten Watson is with the Dodgers at Citizens Bank Park. Right now, she joins us live with more. Hi there, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Yeah, this stadium, I can safely say that this is one of the loudest stadiums that we visit during the season. And so for Roki Sasaki, it's going to be a tall task. And the Phillies, they're patient at the plate. They've been playing really well, and they're looking to keep things going. This is their first homestand of the season. They're undefeated on this homestand, and they want to beat up on the Dodgers. But for Roki Sasaki, it's going to be a good test for him. Dave Roberts talked about what he wants to see from him that points that he's moving in the right direction.
I just want to see Roki on the attack tonight. I thought we saw that, and he had a good kind of up-close look at Yamamoto last night, how he pitched aggressively, was on the attack, and, you know, with his fastball, with his split. And so that's the blueprint. And I think that you can kind of manage these hitters by attacking them and commanding the fastball, presenting the split as a strike to get them to swing, to chase, put the ball in play softly. So I think for me, it's just kind of, I want to see the aggressiveness and just kind of watching his, you know, his mound presence, poise, demeanor on the mound.
Doesn't seem like you do anything randomly. Do you feel like Barnes can help him with the pitches and the pitch mix that he throws? What was the thought of having Austin catch him today?
I think for me, it's Austin's caught the last couple pens, and they've got a good rapport, which is great. I think giving Roki a different look, I think is helpful. Austin hasn't caught in almost a week, and I think that kind of being able to pour into him on one particular game night, I think is a good thing for Austin, and just kind of giving Will the day, and then he'll catch the next couple of days, and so it just kind of lined up, and I like the kind of relationship that's also building with Roki and Austin, so just a different look.
So for Roki Sasaki, whether it was his bullpen that came between the Tokyo start and his start at Dodger Stadium, or the bullpen before this game, Dave Roberts and the pitching coaches have felt that they've been able to see something in those, that they feel like things are moving in the right direction. He's working with Austin Barnes, so that's what led to the decision to put Austin behind the plate to catch him. But for Roki, this is going to be hopefully a good step for him. He's been talking and working closely with the pitching coaches. They said that he's been more open just to getting feedback, just seeing how the stuff has been playing in these games. So for him to hopefully go a little bit deeper in the game, for him to have some success, Dave Roberts has made it clear it's going to start with that fastball command, because then that can set up his splitter that we know is very, very good, guys.
All right, probably the biggest test of his young major league career today there in Philadelphia. Kirsten, thank you very much. Right now, let's get our first look at how Dave Roberts is setting his lineup against right-hander Aaron Nola. It is Shohei leading it off, followed by Mookie Betts, and then Teoscar Hernandez. Michael Conforto will bat in the cleanup spot. Tommy Edman at second base, batting fifth, coming off another home run last night. Max Muncy's at third, Andy Pages in center. Kike gets the start at first, and Austin Barnes will do the catching for Roki Sasaki. Jerry, what sticks out?
I'm looking at second baseman Tommy Edman. He is off to a great start. 5 home runs. It leads the team, but he is not a home run hitter. He'd be the first to tell you that, because he's putting great swings on baseballs. Balls are carrying out of the ballpark.
Yeah, you know, I know it's early in the season. You know, I'm looking at the bottom part of the lineup. You look at those averages and everything, and it's so early. But at the same time, you like to see some of those bats to start get going. You know, those guys finding the way to get on base. We always talk about how important with this type of lineup the Dodgers have is turning that lineup over.
All right, trying to make it a longer and deeper lineup. Will Smith, he has caught both of Roki Sasaki's outings so far this season. But day game after a night game, Austin Barnes getting the opportunity today. And plus, Nomar, we heard Dave Roberts just talk about the relationship that Roki and Austin Barnes have been able to establish. How do you think he can maybe help Roki today?
Well, listen, I mean, Austin Barnes is a great caller of a game back there, and he also is amazing at adjusting over the course of the game, adjusting what the game is giving you, and also what the pitcher is giving you as well. And Dave Roberts touched on it. He's the one that's been going out there and just catching his bullpen. This is not a knock on Will Smith that he's not willing to catch bullpen. Will Smith's probably usually getting ready for the game and focused on that particular moment. Austin Barnes going out there, catching those bullpens, working with it, and you're like, look, let's give Roki all the confidence that he possibly have, a guy that maybe he's getting used to, that he's also talking to, as you see right there, over the course of those bullpen. So He's also looking at, we need to get Will Smith the day off anyway. So what all lines up, what makes sense? So this is the reason why Austin Barnes is in there. Because of what his ability, we know he's unbelievable as a defensive caller, going out there and adjusting. So why not?
Austin Barnes you just touched on it, Nomar. He is one of the best guys at kind of adjusting a game plan on the fly, depending on what that pitcher has that day, and also facing a veteran lineup like the Philadelphia Phillies that can make their adjustments on the fly as well. So guys like Schwarber, guys like Bryce Harper, certain counts, they will be hunting and sitting on pitches. Austin Barnes behind the plate can see certain things and will adjust accordingly. So, and also having that rapport with a rookie like Sasaki, it's so important. And hopefully Sasaki trusts his stuff, because you certainly don't want to be behind this type of lineup.
Delivered for you. So you have the honors. Keep it going today. Who you got?
Well, here's the thing, John, because Shohei Ohtani delivered, and he heard me call him, and he delivered on the walk-off shot, how can I run away from him? I'm going back to the big show. Big night over there in Philly.
Not surprising.
We're hot, man. We're hot. Me and Shohei are hot.
Let it ride. I went with somebody who has experience playing over there in the Northeast, especially being over there in the NL East for a while when he was over there. I'm going Michael Conforto.
Like that.
I think Michael Conforto has a big game today.
Played a lot of games there when he was a member of the Mets. Meantime, on the mound for the Dodgers today, it's going to be Roki Sasaki. His first start was back in his home country of Japan. His next one came in front of the Dodger faithful at the Ravine, but this is going to be his first true road test, Nomar. And for a guy who right now is not exactly exuding confidence, this is a tough test to go into that kind of environment and perform.
Yeah, I was just thinking, you're going to Philly. There are places where when you're going in as an opposing team, you're going to hear it.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear it, and he's going to feel it there, and you got to block it all out. You got to channel and have your focus and bring it and be, what we talked about, Dave, you have to be aggressive. You have to go out there and believe you are the man, and you have to take it to him. You can't be passive, especially in an environment like Philly.
I love the fact that, look at the spectrum. Tokyo, Dodger Stadium, Philly. I just love that he's getting a chance to experience this. And this is going to be a really good test, and this is going to help him. I really believe it's going to help him pitch in San Francisco and other environments and be ready for the postseason. So should be a tough test for Sasaki.
All right, Dodgers trying to bounce back after losing their first game of the season last night. Let's start a new winning streak. Head out to Philly. Here's Joe and EK with the call. See you after the game.
All right, John, welcome to Philadelphia, the middle game of this three-game series, the Dodgers and the Phillies from Citizens Bank Park. We welcome inside. Hope you're having a great weekend. Joe Davis, Eric Karros, Kirsten Watson joins us in just a bit. The Dodgers suffered their first loss of the season last night, 3-2. They sit at 8-1. Still a chance today to win 9 of their first 10.
The amazing thing is they are 8-1, but there's some things that we know they're going to get better at, whether it's running the bases, playing better defensively, getting Mookie and Freddie in the lineup together. So still a lot of room for improvement, but we're 8-1.
And a lot of room for improvement for the guys starting today. Roki Sasaki makes his third start in the major leagues, and another difficult one coming here against this lineup.
No question. When you look at those graphics right now, the thing that just really jumps out, 61 pitches, 32 strikes. The stuff is there. The execution needs to be a lot better.
All right, it is Sasaki for the Dodgers. Aaron Nola goes for the Phillies. We've got first pitch from Philadelphia. A little bit overcast, a little bit cool. Nice day for baseball. Dodgers and Phillies coming up on Sportsnet LA. And to lead things off for the Phillies today with this batting order presented by your Southern California helpful Honda dealers. Turner and Harper follow. Then it's Bohm, the new Philly, Kepler and Castellanos, Real Muto, Stott and Marsh. Sasaki's ready. Schwarber climbs in. And a fastball in there for a strike. Just 1 2/3 for Sasaki against the Tigers last Saturday. Needed 41 pitches in the first inning. He's made 2 starts in the big leagues. Guys haven't been able to get hits off him. He's only given up 4 hits, but he's walked 9.
And we talk about it, the stuff is there. It's just, can he be efficient? Can he execute these pitches? Can he throw strikes?
Lowest strike rate in baseball through 2 starts. 2-1 on Schwarber.
This is what he's coming at you with, basically a 3-pitch guy, the 4-seamer, the splitter, and the slider. The splitter, he just can't get it over the plate, but it's an unhittable pitch.
down the line foul. So he's thrown 30 splitters through his first 2 games. Only 3 of them have been in the strike zone. And big league hitters, it's not going to take long for that to get out. They're just not going to budge when he throws that.
Yeah, you just stand there and you sit on the fastball, and his fastball is not a swing and miss pitch. Against Detroit, 16 swings on the fastball, only 2 misses. Back that up 2 earlier with the Cubs again. Same thing.
Here's 2-2 to Schwarber is outside. And the thing is with these Phillies, especially today, and nobody better than this than Schwarber, they're not chasing. That's always the case with him. Normally, the rest of the lineup's pretty darn aggressive. So far this season, not the case. This team's chasing less than any other. Grounder, base hit, past the diving Edman.
See, and the problem with the 3-2 count, if you're a Philadelphia Philly hitter, I have to believe that the game plan is get to a 3-2 count. I'm sitting on a fastball because I don't think that he can throw a splitter in the zone. I don't think that he even has the confidence to throw a splitter there. So I'm just going to ride on a fastball, and that's what he got right there.
If I get a fastball, I'm swinging. If I don't, doesn't matter because it's going to miss.
Correct.
Turner. Got a fastball, punched it to right, back-to-back hits. Schwarber tried to go first to third. Teoscar's throw cut off by Betts.
Well, we just got done talking about it. It's a fastball. And again, if you're a hitter, you're going to eliminate every single pitch except the fastball. Like I said, the fastball so far this year, he hasn't shown that is a swing and miss pitch.
First and third, nobody out. Now he faces Bryce Harper as his heady stuff for Roki Sasaki, who's been watching the major leagues closely for years. Guy like this in Harper. And it goes back to the discussion we had during the pregame show a little bit. First start is in Tokyo, the weight of pitching in front of his home country. Second start, his first one in front of Dodger fans at Dodger Stadium. Third start might be the toughest road environment against the toughest road lineup that he'll face all year.
Yeah, certainly not the team or the place you want to pitch after the first 2 starts you've had, but it is what it is.
There goes Turner, first pitch, throw from Barnes, not in time, and Trey Turner has stolen his second base of the weekend. Phillies really won the game last night on the bases. We talk about the 3 caught stealing for the Dodgers. Trey Turner in the first inning generated a run by his aggressive base running with throwaway from Yamamoto. Harper fouls it off, and it's 0-2. So that slider right there, that was probably his best pitch against the Tigers. That was actually the splitter.
Yeah, the irony on this thing right now is he threw that first pitch was a splitter for a strike. He's thrown 2 in the strike zone.
Again, just 3 in the strike zone first 2 starts. And it's not supposed to be a pitch that is often in the strike zone, but
you have to throw it in the zone. Otherwise,
enough.
Hitters will just, they just give up on it. You're just not even going to swing at it.
He gets Harper swinging. So he strikes out Bryce Harper for the first out.
Interesting, he went 4 splitters to Harper. Didn't even mess around with the fastball after the first 2 hitters get on base attacking that pitch.
Yeah, if he and the Dodgers get 7 Ks in today's game, you're going to get a jumbo jack for free on Sunday. Second and third one away. Scoreless first inning, Alec Bohm. Just outside with a fastball. Todd Titchener calling balls and strikes today. Crew chief back there. Bohm, an all-star last year. Big bouncer towards the middle. That'll bring in the first run. Edman to Hernandez for out number 2. 1-0 Philadelphia as Schwarber scores. So Sasaki aims to limit the damage right here as Max Kepler climbs in. the lone new addition to this Phillies lineup on a one-year contract after 9 years in Minnesota. Walked and scored a run yesterday. 32 years of age, the rare big leaguer from Germany. His mom is from Texas, dad is from Poland, and they met as dancers in the Berlin Ballet and then raised Max there. And a 1-0 from Sasaki. Kepler takes it high and away. Fell in love with baseball on a trip back to the States to visit his grandparents. They had a Derek Jeter, not just jersey, but full Yankees uniform waiting for him, and it was his favorite thing to wear. So when he outgrew it, his mom had to sew extension pinstripes onto the pants so he could keep doing it. Twins signed him right out of Berlin. Developed him, brought him up. All-time leader in home runs at Target Field. Putting on a new uniform for the first time. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Had some good years in Minnesota. He just couldn't consistently stay on the field.
Turner off third. Sasaki home with a 3-1 and a bouncing ball to Tommy Edman. Phillies get on the board first. We're off and rolling in Philadelphia, 1-0.
Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand. Plus, stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Hiroki Sasaki pitching with the lead now as he misses with his first pitch to Nick Castellanos. 6, 7, and 8 coming up for the Phillies here in the second inning. Realmuto and Stott to follow. And one thing Hiroki's had to like about pitching in the big leagues is the run support he's gotten. Even with as much as he struggled in his first 2 games, the Dodgers have won both those games. And if he gives up a run in the first inning, they quickly get him 2 back. That man there, Kike Hernandez, putting him in front. Generous call there, strike 2. Castellanos at the forefront of the Phillies turning things around as far as the plate discipline. Normally so aggressive. He's not been swinging it much. Shoots his ball to Hernandez for the first out. JT Realmuto. More than a decade at such a grueling position of catcher. Takes its toll, especially when you play it as much as he does. The last 8 years, JT's caught more than 1,000 innings more than any other catcher. And finally, did its thing on him last year. He missed 60 games, had knee surgery. Questions about how much longer can he be one of the elite catchers. Well, last night he showed he still has all those abilities to change a game.
Yeah, can still throw with the best of them. And you just saw earlier today, making an aggressive play, throwing the ball down to second base. Take a look at last night. Shohei Ohtani with a 93% stealing rate, success rate, is thrown out. And then to end the game, throws out CT at second base on a bang-bang play.
Late on this fastball. This is the first time in 6 years that he's thrown out 3 in a game. 34 years of age, a decade is one of the game's best. It's his 7th year in Philadelphia. He started in Miami. He'll be a free agent at the end of this season. That's why there's been more conversation about how much longer can he remain one of the best. But at 34, hoping to defy Father Time, hoping to defy the life of a catcher.
All right, we got to a 3-2 situation. We did that earlier with Schwarber. He was sitting on a fastball. Realmuto, you just got to hone up on a fastball right here. See what Sasaki goes with.
It is a fastball. It's scorched to left field, but right at Conforto. And he says, oop, my bad. Got away with that one. I'll take it.
Well, so far this afternoon, the Phillies have only offered at his splitter only one hitter, and that was Bryce Harper. Every other hitter so far has taken the splitter.
Does it make you think, like, team-wide, the plan was we're going to lay off, and Harper's like, no, I'm going after it?
Right.
Strike.
I think Bryce just wanted to drive somebody in second and third, and all he got were splitters.
Stott drove somebody in yesterday. 1 for 3. That run batted in, struck out a couple times as well. Phillies are at 6-1 on this young season as part of a very difficult National League East, you'd figure, this year, along with the Mets and the Braves. Got in the win column yesterday, by the way. 1-1 from Sasaki is pop foul. Phillies last season won the division. They've been a perennial playoff team under Rob Thompson the last few years. Last year, though, their first division title in 13 years. So they finally go in as a favorite, but they exit earlier than they have any other year under Thompson. Lost the division series to the Mets. Big time expectations again, and there is also a sense that the window, it's not coming close soon, but you're starting to say, okay, this is a chance to strike with this specific group that they've had for years. Ground ball that Mookie Betts ranges to. Low throw that's picked by Kike Hernandez. 1-2-3 second for Sasaki. Dodgers 2, Phillies 1 in front of a lot of Dodger blue here in Philadelphia. 9-1-2 for the Phillies coming up against Sasaki, who gave up a run in the first inning. And then in the second, worked his first 1-2-3 inning since the first of his career. The first inning in Tokyo. Brandon Marsh leads off and takes strike one. So Sasaki having to do something he's never really had to do, and that is deal with failure. He's done nothing but dominate every step of the way. Back to when he was in high school, where he really jumped onto the scene was when he set the all-time high school record for fastest pitch thrown. He broke Otani's record. That's when they started calling him Kaibatsu, monster. His 0-2 to Marsh. Fouled off. Got another splitter in the zone there. Amazing as a high schooler. Dominates in Japan at a 2 ERA over 4 seasons. International stage, the line wasn't always the prettiest, but the stuff was eye-popping. Strikes out Marsh to open this third.
So outside of Bryce Harper, who had offered it a couple of split fingers, Marsh really the first guy. He went after 3 of them in that at-bat. And again, I think it all stemmed from, Roki got ahead of that first pitch fastball. He throws that strike, and then you can't just stand up there and take pitches.
Schwarber, who singled and scored in the first inning, takes a strike. And command a lot of times is something that will translate from Japan to the big leagues. Sasaki's never had a problem with command. 2 walks per 9 innings in Japan. It's been 2 walks per inning so far in the big leagues. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is a guy who a couple years ago threw a perfect game. Followed that up by a perfect game through 8 when his manager removed him because of a pitch count. He went 52 up and 52 down over a 2-start stretch at the age of 20, had just turned 21. Now Schwarber can't lay off, and now he's showing a little something. Back-to-back Ks to open the third.
All right, we've seen 7 pitches this inning, every one of them a strike. Again, the similarity, getting ahead in the count and then forcing the hitter to be aggressive and not just stand up there and take pitches.
Trey Turner didn't wait his first time. Singled on the first pitch fastball. There's a slider for a strike. Slider and the splitter, hard to tell apart because sometimes the splitter slides.
Right.
3 Ks for Sasaki, 4 away for the Dodgers for Jumbo Jacks for everybody tomorrow. Fly to left field, routine for Conforto. And that is 9 straight retired by Sasaki since the 2 singles opened the ball game. Roki Sasaki gave up back-to-back hits to open this game. He's retired 9 in a row since, and after he needed 41 pitches for the first inning in his last start, 43 of them through 3 innings today, and you can see in the strike zone so much more. He came in with the lowest strike percentage in baseball. He's at league average today. Harper, who struck out, heavy dose of splitters the first time.
Yeah, I think so far today, 7 of 11 first pitch strikes. Coming into this afternoon's game, he was 9 for 26. I mean, he just was not getting ahead of hitters at all.
Fastball by Harper. So it's all splitters the first time. Back-to-back heaters here.
And it really changes everything if you can throw that first pitch strike. You go back to the last inning, threw a first pitch strike to all 3 hitters. He threw 9 of 10 strikes. And when you get ahead, especially with his stuff as a hitter, again, you can't just sit up there and, well, I'm not swinging at the next pitch, or I'm not swinging at the splitter, because you might be down 0-2 before you know it.
Here it comes to the 2-1. Harper is off ball 3.
All right, fastball coming. Harper is going to be unloading here.
Whew. Full count.
And the same thing coming up right here. That's where Roki, at least early, where the big differential. He gets ahead of counts. I mean, good night hitter. He's behind.
Winds up walking him, and that is the first walk that he's issued. Now a word from Jack in the Box.
My Big Smash Jack has more than double the beef of a Big Mac. Seriously.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
It's into the 4th inning for the first time in his young major league career. First base runner for the Phillies since the 1st. And now Alec Boehm to the plate. Starts him with the fastball, and it's sent to right field. Hernandez coming on. He's got it. And there's the first out. Right back in the saddle after the walk. First pitch strike and a 1-pitch out. Dodgers 2, Phillies 1. Here's Kepler. A 23-year-old from Rikuzen, Takata, Japan. Roki Sasaki. And another first pitch swinging in the air to center field. Spreading them around. 2 out on back-to-back pitches. Now, part of the appeal of the Dodgers for Roki Sasaki was that they weren't asking him to be the ace today. Some of the other places he was looking at, they were desperate to get him, to have him lead the staff. So from his standpoint, he knew he was going to come in and have things to work on. Dave Roberts has said from the outset, they've said this is going to be a process, no matter how many preseason articles are saying he's going to win Rookie of the Year and challenge for the Cy Young. It's been a rough first couple games, but this is not unexpected that it would be at least somewhat like this as far as the path for him.
Yeah, I feel like he's playing the long game. You know, first of all, if he would have waited another year, he could have come over to the States and signed for, you know, one of those $100 million, $200, $300 million contracts. So he comes over early. He also, as you mentioned, he comes over to a staff where he doesn't have to be the guy right away. He also comes to a place where he can learn and the development, and he will be the best version of himself. And it doesn't have to happen now. We talked about it earlier. You get ahead of the count, then the hitters just have to open up everything, and you're swinging wildly at a splitter in the dirt.
The old Nick Castellanos right there.
That is.
Got him to chase. He strikes out Castellanos, his 4th of the game. After 3 innings in his major league debut, just 1 2/3 against the Tigers last weekend, Sasaki's into the 5th. He's retired 12 of the last 13 that he's faced, and he's getting ahead, changing the whole temperature of the day.
Well, he really has, and he's doing it with his fastball. I mean, that's allowed him to get ahead of hitters, and when he does do that, then he can employ the splitter. He doesn't have to throw it in the zone because he's ahead in the count. Hitters are more aggressive. They don't just stand up there and take pitches.
Bottom of the Phillies lineup, Real Muto takes strike 1. The splitter that you mentioned, he got just 1 out with that pitch the first 2 games. Today, the Phillies are 0 for 6 with 4 strikeouts against his splitter.
And so you would say, oh boy, the splitter's great. But it's not that the splitter is great, it's that he is attacking the zone and getting that first pitch strike, and specifically with that fastball. And then that makes all the other pitches great. But if he's ball 1, they're not swinging at stuff.
Pinpoint with that heater. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And then you start getting pitches like that.
Anthony Banda warms. Wonder if it may be 2 times through the order here, and then with Schwarber up at the top, that would be it for Sasaki, even with the pitch count very under control.
I think you have to get him out of the game, and the reason is you've built his confidence back up, and he's feeling good about this outing. And the last thing you want to do is turn the lineup around, let these guys see him for a 3rd time, and maybe he runs into some trouble. Because right now, again, you're playing the long game here. I want Roki to walk out of here this evening saying, I got this. Man, I'm feeling good. There's no, it's a smile. There's no facial expressions like we saw last night. There's nothing. I'm walking around going, all right, boys, now we got some.
Tries another 2-2 to Real Muto and just misses up. Get him up the tunnel with a good feeling.
Yep.
And the great philosophizer Orr Hershiser's words. This will be the 8th pitch to Real Muto. Hit it hard his first time, but it was caught in left field by Conforto. It's taken for a leadoff walk. Second one issued by Sasaki. They're now Bryson Stott. Grounded to short his first time. Strike 1 with a fastball. Dodgers trying to snap a 5-game skid in this ballpark. Only 2 wins against the Phillies the last 10 matchups head to head. It's like they've both been dancing on the same floor the last few years, just have never gotten together. Always seem like they're headed to face each other in the playoffs. One reason or another that hasn't happened. The 1-2 to stop. Did he go? No swing. Count evens up. Leadoff man aboard. That's Real Muto at first, representing the tying run. 2-2 to Stott. Into right field. Here comes Hernandez. It's down for a base hit. I don't know if the swing might have fooled him a little bit. Big swing, but caught it off the end of the barrel and dunks in front of him. First two have reached.
Yeah, the swing looked good, but as you mentioned, it was off the end of the bat. Didn't get out there. Teo didn't get a great jump. I think he felt like it was hit harder.
Couple two-strike base runners for the Phillies, and that is going to do it for Sasaki. They're better earlier than we surmised. The left-handed batting Marsh coming up. Sasaki's best outing in the big leagues. It'll be up to the bullpen to try and keep the line right there.
鮮烈な光を放ち続けるドジャースの令和の怪物佐々木朗希がまたも全米を沸かせた。大観衆が見守る中、この日の舞台に上がった彼の右腕には球界の未来が詰まっているかのような輝きがあった。球場を埋め尽くすファンが期待したのは圧倒的なスピードと美しいフォームから繰り出される火の玉ストレートだが、それ以上に彼が見せつけたのはピンチを冷静に切り抜ける驚異の精神力だった。ドジャーススタジアムのマウンドに立った佐々木の表情にはいつもと変わらぬ静かな闘志がみなぎっていた。一回表、緊張感が張り詰める中、最初のバッターに対して投げ込んだ初球は誰もが息を飲むほどの快速球だった。球速表示は圧巻の160キロを記録。ホームのファンから大歓声が沸き起こり、敵チームのバッターさえも唖然とした表情でボールの行方を見送った。これが佐々木朗希の世界だ。とても言いたげな投球だった。立ち上がりこそ完璧に見えた佐々木だが、2回に小さな試練が訪れた。ヒットと四球でランナーを背負い、1アウト1点2塁という緊迫した局面を迎えた。しかし、ここで佐々木は真価を発揮する。自打者をストレートと鋭いスプリットのコンビネーションで鮮やかに三振に切って取り、観客席からは割れんばかりの拍手と喝采が巻き起こった。続く打者も変化球で巧みに打ち取り、ピンチを見事に脱出。若き天才投手の冷静さと胆力が試された場面だったが、彼は難なく乗り越えてみせた。3回もその勢いは止まらない。切れ味抜群のスライダーと159キロを超える速球で、相手打者を寄せ付けない圧倒的な投球を披露。2つの三振を奪い、ベンチに戻る彼の背中には、絶対的エースの風格が漂っていた。球場を埋めるファンたちは、これが令和の怪物か、と簡単の声を漏らし、メジャーの歴史を変えるかもしれない若きスターの輝きを目に焼き付けた。しかし、運命のいたずらか、4回表にまたも佐々木に試練が訪れた。先頭打者に許した鋭い打球がヒットとなり、ピンチの幕が開く。次のバッターにも粘られ、2つ目の四球を与えてしまい、1、2塁の局面を背負った。ドジャースベンチに緊張が走ったこの時、佐々木の目には一層の闘志が宿った。絶対にここを抑えてみせる。その決意を胸に投じられた次の一球は、打者の手元で鋭く落ちる完璧なスプリットだった。鮮やかな三振を奪った瞬間、球場は再び大歓声に包まれ、ファンは拍手喝采を送り続けた。だが、野球の神様は時に残酷だ。自打者の放った鋭いライナーが内野を抜けるタイムリーヒットとなり、佐々木はついに失点を許した。だが、佐々木は崩れない。冷静に気持ちを切り替え、次の打者を高めの速球で見逃し三振に仕留め、最低限の失点で食い止めた。4回までの成績は3安打、1失点、4奪三振。投球数68球中ストライクは41球。防御率は 4.15 となったが、その数字以上にファンが目にしたのは、極限の局面でも冷静にピンチを脱する佐々木朗希のたくましい姿だった。5回表、球場に流れたのは、佐々木が交代を告げられたことを知らせるアナウンス。観客席からは惜しみない拍手が巻き起こった。佐々木自身も納得したような表情でマウンドを降り、その堂々たる振る舞いにファンは再び大きな声援を送った。彼の4イニングにわたる力投がドジャースの士気を大きく高め、チーム全体が奮起するきっかけとなったことは間違いない。試合後、メジャーリーグの専門家や評論家たちは佐々木の投球を絶賛し、各種メディアでは、未来のスーパースター、日本の新たな至宝、ドジャースの新エース、といった称賛の言葉が躍った。彼の才能を高く評価する評論家の中には、彼こそがメジャーの新たな歴史を作る男だ。若き大投手の成長を見守れる幸運に感謝したい。と熱烈に語る者もいた。ドジャース監督も試合後の会見で、佐々木は私たちの宝だ。今日の彼は大きな収穫だった。と高らかに語り、 その存在の重要性を改めて認めた。今後の活躍に向けて大きな期待を寄せるコメントを残し、世界中の野球ファンに彼の名前を再び印象をつけた。今日の試合は佐々木朗希にとって新たな試練と成長のステップであり、メジャーリーグでの伝説を築く道のりにまた一歩近づいた貴重な時間となった。彼が見せた驚異的な投球技術、そして何よりピンチをものともしない強靭な精神力は、ドジャースファンのみならず世界の野球ファンに鮮烈な印象を刻んだに違いない。まだ若い、令和の怪物、佐々木朗希の輝かしい未来に、今後も全世界の野球界は熱い視線を送り続けることだろう。